All right, people, you guys are watching and or listening to another Nomadical live stream for your guys' entertainment. If you haven't already, be sure you guys leave a like, leave a comment, share, and subscribe for more epic, awesome, cool, funny, and interesting live streams and podcasts just like this one right here, right now on the Nomadical YouTube channel. Because this shit is for your entertainment. That's right, people. This shit is for your entertainment. So let's get this stream underway. We have to call up my friend, Shoes of a Champion. Alrighty, we're about to get you guys screen shared in so we can do this live stream. One sec. Alrighty. We are live with another episode of the Let Me Talk.
Let me talk to you podcast.
That's right, people. We are here with another episode of the Let Me Talk to You podcast. I am your host, Nomadic Cole. We are here with Shoes of a Champion. And
Yeah,
it's going to be a good stream. How are you doing today?
doing all right. I've first thing I want to say is fuck the Philadelphia Eagles.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not upset about the stupid bowl. I don't like either. I don't really give a shit about the NFL, but they turned down the White House invitation. Like I know it's their choice. I'm not pissed off about that. That's not the point. If it was Biden or if it was if Kamala Harris won the election, I don't think they would have turned down the White House visit. I mean, when they won the Super Bowl in 2018, they also turned that White House invitation down. Plus, the Eagles owner, I heard he has like massive TDS. So yeah. Obviously, there's a big elephant in the room as to why they turned down the White House invitation.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not bothered by it at all, but it's pretty pathetic that they can't put politics aside.
Yeah, I just think
It's
personally this whole thing with the Philadelphia Eagles and turning down the White House invitation, it's all petty. It's all just you have these woke team managers who, they just sit down, they collect a paycheck, they just, shuffle papers around, and they're just useless, honestly. And I just don't like. I hated this Super Bowl, by the way. I mean, it was garbage. I mean, really, it was not good at all. I mean, the only thing that was enjoyable slightly about it was just watching Patrick Mahomes get embarrassed in front of a world stage. But even that, was it really that satisfying? No, I would have rather seen the Lions crush him, honestly.
Sure. I didn't really care either way. I didn't like either team, and like I guess I dislike Patrick Mahomes more, but not really. Like I don't really. It's not to the point where it's like lesser of two evils and somebody has to win. For me, it was just I don't really care about the outcome. And if Patrick Mahomes was to lose, then I could laugh about it. I guess all the Patrick Mahomes Glazers. I could rub it in. That's all there was. That's the only thing good I'll say about the stupid bowl and the results. Other than that, I didn't really give a shit who won.
Yeah, me neither. But at the end of the day, the Eagles ended up winning, and well, you know how Eagles fans are. Even if they win, they riot. They're just always mad.
Yeah, right when they won, I saw videos on. I don't know if it was real or not, but I saw videos of Eagles fans like the moment they won the Super Bowl, and apparently they were rioting still.
Yep, they were just going absolutely batshit insane. So yeah, that was.
But yeah, I mean, I said in the last stream, I wasn't gonna watch the Super Bowl, and I kept my word. I didn't watch a single second of it.
Me neither. I didn't even have the chance to do it because I was like, I went to church in the morning, and then I was I was catching a bus back home the whole time, and to be honest, I would rather just like listen to music or read a book on the bus anyways, so that's what I was doing. I wasn't even really caring that much about the score. I didn't even hear about it until my grandma called me about the scores, and I was like, "Oh, I guess the Eagles are winning, I guess. Very very cool, I guess. I don't really care."
The Super Bowl, I worked. I did yard work. I didn't care about the Super Bowl. I just worked. I didn't. You know, it's a glorified. The Super Bowl is just a glorified commercial, a 4 hour commercial, and like it, it's not really worth. It wasn't worth me getting out of my way to go see and shit.
Yeah.
It's just I don't buy into the hype anymore.
Turns out it was basically just the same old shit as any other Super Bowl, you know, mumble rap galore, commercials, all like every fucking 5 minutes there's a TV commercial on there about Jake from State Farm or Drake from State Farm or whatever. And they put a bunch of celebrities from the mainstream media in there, and I just really don't care about it. It's just so corny and
You got
fake
oh,
and corporately produced.
and I also forgot to mention. I guess there's one thing I'll say. One thing I'll say I enjoyed about the Super Bowl was that Taylor Swift got booed and Trump was there and Trump was getting cheered.
Yeah.
That's the one good thing. That's the one satisfying thing I'll say about the Super Bowl.
Hey,
It was satisfying to see Taylor Swift get booed.
Trump shook hands with the
And yeah, Chris Jones
Chris Jones defensive
shook hands with
lineman
Trump.
for the Chiefs.
And also, Harrison Butker, he was on the losing end, but he visited the White House apparently.
Well,
The Chiefs kicker.
at least one of the players visited the White House.
Yeah, on the losing team, but hey, someone visited the White House. I don't know. I guarantee though, it's like if Kamala Harris won the election, thank God that didn't happen. I highly doubt the Eagles would have turned that White House visitation over, or if Biden if Biden was still running, I don't think they would have turned that down.
Oh,
It's TDS. That's what it
they
is.
would have been all over it to be this woke, first team to meet the first ever female president of color.
Oh yeah, it would have been. We wouldn't have heard the end of it. Also, the NFL, Jalen Hurts is the first black quarterback to have a black female agent win a Super Bowl. The NFL made a big deal about it. I saw that somewhere on Instagram. But yeah, Jalen Hurts is the first black quarterback to have a black female agent that won a Super Bowl. As if anyone gives a shit about that.
Boring woke stuff. I really could care less.
Just generic woke stuff. They're just throwing out races and fucking genitals and shit like anyone cares. I'm sick of the woke shit and I'm glad it it feels like it's starting to die down. But I don't know, the NFL is still pushing it, it feels like. It feels like the NFL is still kind of pushing that whole blackity black thing. Everything's all, black this, black that. This is the second Super Bowl to have two black quarterbacks.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of feel like, obviously, because the politicians in power now are not going to go for this woke stuff anymore. I think that's a genuinely good thing, but we do have to remember there's still work to be done, and I don't think we'll ever get the West to fully be unwoke just because of how long wokeness has had a stranglehold over society and how many people have been brainwashed by the mainstream media that it's probably never going to be completely not woke.
Yeah, probably, sadly.
Yeah.
It is slowly I mean, it does feel like now under Trump, a lot of companies and shit are kind of dropping down the DEI and shit, kind of, but it's not fully gone, but it's a lot better than it was a couple months ago.
Yep. It definitely is a lot better. I mean, if Donald Trump had gone like 2 years ago or 3 years ago to a Super Bowl, I mean the whole fans probably would have booed him out of the building. But now the fans cheered for him, and a couple of players shook his hand.
It's like they're jump like we live in like our society is like we like a lot of people jump on bandwagons. They like to jump on the winning side. So it's like now that Trump won, a lot of people are not a lot, but you know there are some people that are like now like jumping sides and shit.
Yeah, it seems like it. Definitely seems like it. But hey, at least there's one sport that is still not woke, and that's MMA. You know, MMA is like a kind of like a safe haven. We've talked about it before, a safe haven for sports fans who don't want to deal with all this woke bull crap. And I kind of wanted to go over the cards um, of the next two pay-per-views because we have UFC 313 in 2 days on March 8th, and then we have UFC 314. I believe that is next month, and it's actually around the same time as WrestleMania. I think they're trying to build that card so it can rival that and take away
Yeah.
years.
I mean, yeah, next year that's April the 12th, and that's gonna be a good card as well.
Yeah, I'd rather watch
But
UFC 314 than WrestleMania, honestly.
I could give two shits about WrestleMania. It's just the same old shit. I'm fucking over fake ass pro wrestling. Just UFC is where it's at.
Yeah.
Like that's all I need. Like that's all the entertainment I need right now is UFC. I don't fucking need the NFL. I don't need the NBA. I don't care about movies and shit that come out. I just watch UFC now. And yeah, I'm pretty excited for Alex Pereira fighting Magomed Ankalaev.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good
I'm
card.
pulling for Alex Pereira, obviously. I know the media is trying to make it like Magomed Ankalaev's the slight betting favorite because they think he's gonna take. They think he's gonna take him down and hold him down. You know, the typical Dagestani style. And I don't know. I think Alex Pereira, like he's never shown his jujitsu, but he is a black belt in jujitsu.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Like people are counting out his ground game.
he's from Brazil, by the way, so it's not like he's not around the Gracie Jiu-Jitsu camps and all that. Like he is a black belt in Jiu-Jitsu, and we've seen him take people down before. Um, like it would not surprise me at all if he has a black belt in BJJ. He's just such a good kickboxer; he never has to use his grappling really.
That's the thing. It's just he's never had to. He's just never had to use his ground game, and that's why he's become like such a big fan favorite because his style is exciting. Everyone like almost every fight he's had, he's knocked someone out.
Well, and every time I see this guy, I mean, this guy is huge, by the way. He's at least taller than 6 feet, right?
Yeah, he's 6'4".
Yeah, he's a big guy. He's a big guy, and every time he's in the ring, you just are thinking. All you're thinking about is this guy. He doesn't. It's not like he's a volume striker. It's if he hits you one time, you could be done. He hit a guy. I saw he hit a guy with like 2 jabs and immediately left the guy with the black eye.
Yeah, he's got power.
And that
And thing is too, like Magomed Ankalaev too. He also said that he's not gonna try to take Alex Pereira down. He actually wants to stand for the fight, and I think that's a pretty dumb move by him. I don't think that's a good idea, but yeah, I don't think it'll go well for him if he actually decides to stand the whole fight.
Well, I've seen his stand up. He's
Because I've
good
seen
at fighting on the feet.
he's all right on the feet, but I don't know. Like I've seen his fight with his last fight with what's his name Alexander Rakic, and it wasn't really like he doesn't have the power that Alex Pereira has. Like Alex Pereira, like Yuri Prohaska is like one of the best on the feet, and Alex Pereira is like destroyed them twice on the feet.
Yeah, I think Alex Pereira will win. We also have another exciting fight at the co-main event. It's Justin Gaethje versus Rafael Fiziev.
Yeah, that so originally it was supposed to be Justin Gaethje versus Dan Hooker, but Dan Hooker had to pull out with an injury. So Fiziev, I think I don't know how you say his name, Fiziev or whatever, was he took the fight with like a 3 week notice, 2 week notice,
Hmm. Yeah, I think
and
she's gonna walk through him.
yeah, I got Justin Gaethje winning. Oddly, they have Rafael. I'm just gonna refer to him by his first name. They have him as the betting favorite, and I don't really get it. I don't really get why, because he's taking the fight on short notice, and they did fight before in 2023, and Justin Gaethje won. But I wouldn't count him out. But I got Gaethje winning. I think he's he's had the full fighting camp, and I don't know. I think he's the better fighter, like overall. Like his resume is just better.
He's just more experienced. Justin Gaethje has 25 wins and only 5 losses. Rafael Fiziev, I mean, he has some wins, 12 wins, but he also has 3 losses, and that's not nearly as much as having 30 fights under your belt.
And also, he is coming off of a 2 fight losing streak, and his second to last loss was against Justin Gaethje. So I wouldn't count him out. But if I was to put money on it, I would bet on Gaethje.
Yeah. There's another fight underneath. Lightweight fight is Jalen Turner versus Ignacio Bahamondes. Who do you have?
Huh. I've never seen the other guy fight, but I've seen Jalen Turner fight before. I guess I don't know. I got Jalen Turner winning just because I've seen him fight before. I guess he's all right. I think he has a. When was the last time he fought? It's been a while. I think he fought on 300. Yeah, he did fight on 300. He lost to Moicano. That's right.
Hmm.
And he lost to Dan Hooker. I don't know. He has a. I think I think I don't know how the hell you say his name, but
Ignacio?
Ignacio. It wouldn't surprise me if he wins because he's kind of young. He's 27 and
Rising star. Yeah, I was gonna go.
just looking at
I was
his.
gonna go for Ignacio, just to be contrary. You know.
He's on a 2 fight win streak. I mean, no, like he hasn't beaten anyone yet. Notable, looking at his resume, but I don't know. I think he could be an up and comer. I don't know. We will see.
Yep. Then there's women's strawweight, Amanda Lemos versus Iesamin Lucindo. I don't know how to spell her name. How to say her name.
Yeah, I don't. I'm not really. I don't really know these two. So looking at their ages, Amanda Lemos is 37, and the other chick, Lucindo, whatever, is only 23. So I guess I have the younger one winning.
Yeah, she also has a 1 inch reach advantage, if that means anything. But she's also an inch shorter. Interesting. Yeah, I'll probably go for Ismin as well because she also just has more fight experience as well. I mean, they both have around a similar fight experience, but I think Ismin has a couple more fights here.
Oh yeah, that's odd. Yeah, Isman's had more fights despite being only 23 years old,
Yeah.
and the other chick's 37. I think I think Isman's probably going to win just because he has more fighting experience despite being like over a decade younger.
Yeah. And then this fight to start off the card: King Green versus Mauricio Rufy. Who do you think will win?
Why? I've never seen Rufy fight before, but I've seen King Green fight before. I think he's coming off of a loss against Paddy Pimblett, but
I mean,
I don't know.
puts no one to.
I'm pulling for King Green because he's a character. Like he's a he's like a fat he's like later like what is he? Oh, he's 38. He's been in UFC for a while. He's like a character. I kind of like his like I kind of like I'm kind of a fan of him just because of his whole character, his persona.
Yeah, I'm
But
King Green is.
and Rufy Rufy yeah, I don't really see anyone notable on his resume yet. I wouldn't be surprised if Rufy pulls it off though, because he's like
young,
he's got a solid record right now. He's 11-1,
and he is young.
but I'm pulling for King Green.
Yeah, I'm going for King Green too. Next up, we've got the next card, which is next month. We've got this super card that has been put together. We're gonna go from we'll go from the first fight on this card to the top. So first fight,
assuming no one pulls out.
Assuming no one pulls out so far, because there could be injuries in camp and whatnot, or someone gets sick. But first fight we've got is Nora Cornell taking on Haley Kalman in a women's bantamweight fight.
Oh yeah, I don't really know who these two are. They got a similar record. Nora has one more win and one less loss. If that really means anything, she's also 2 years older, and they got the same reach.
The fight's
I don't know. I guess
it's
It's pretty even. It's a pretty even match. Just looking on paper, it looks like an even match. I'm not aware of either of these two, so I don't really know their fighting styles.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I guess if I had to pick, I'll actually probably go for Haley Cohen just because she's 2 years younger. But I really don't know.
That and she is the prettier face, I'd say.
Of the two, yeah, I guess she has the better face.
Okay, next fight. You might actually know this one. We've got Bryce Mitchell taking on Jean Silva.
Oh yeah, Bryce Mitchell. I don't know if you've heard about the whole Bryce Mitchell thing that was going on with Hitler.
Yeah, I heard about that. And Flat Earth.
Heard about that, yeah. Yeah, and the Flat Earth thing.
Crazy. I think he has CTE.
I've seen Gene. Yeah, he definitely has CTE. I don't know if you've seen his fight against Josh Mitchell where he got brutally knocked out and he had a seizure. That might have been the hit that scrambled his brains.
I don't know, but he's the end.
I've seen
Kanye West, basically.
I've seen Jean Silva fight before. He actually fought recently. He fought he fought February. He actually fought like 2 weeks ago, and he won by like a first round knockout in 45 seconds.
So yeah, he's a pretty good striker.
But,
I've seen a couple of his fights as well. He's not bad. He's not bad. So who do you got?
I'm probably I don't know. I'm probably rooting for Jean Silva.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be surprised if Bryce Mitchell pulls it off either. But Jean Silva in his last fight, he looked pretty good.
He did. I mean, Bryce Mitchell did get a notable win recently against Kron Gracie.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not really I wouldn't count out Bryce Mitchell either.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think I'm pulling for Jean Silva just because he looked pretty good in his last fight. But I'll also say he only fought like 2 weeks ago, like 3 weeks ago.
Oh,
I think
he might not.
Bryce Mitchell's had more time to prepare for the fight. I don't know. Actually, Bryce Mitchell might win just because he's had more time to prepare. But don't take my word for it.
It's a possibility. I don't know. I'll probably be pulling for Jean Silva to win. Then we've got middleweight fight. Tresean Gore takes on Marco Tulio.
Yeah, I don't know who these two are, but yeah, they're the same age, the same height, and they're Gore has a half-inch reach advantage.
Yeah.
Looking at their records, Tulio has way more fights under his belt. So I don't know. I guess I got him winning just because he has more experience, and they're both the same age.
I'm gonna go for Tresean Gore. He just looks stronger. I don't know.
Yeah, that's all. Yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say.
Well, then we got a featherweight fight. Dan Ige takes on Sean Woodson.
Yeah, I've seen Dan Ige fight before. I think when he fought Diego Lopez, who ironically is main eventing this pay-per-view, I thought Dan Ige was robbed in that fight. I thought he actually won that fight.
Yeah, me too.
And the other guy, I haven't really seen him fight before. Oh shit! Let me reload the page.
If you ask me personally, I'm gonna go for Dan Ige, the Hawaii boy.
Yeah, the Hawaii boy. Woodson. So Woodson's 13-1 as well. He's got a solid record. He's 32.
He also has a draw.
Looking at his resume. Yeah, looking at his resume, I don't really see any notable names yet. Oh no, I guess I'm pulling for the Hawaii boy.
Next, we got flyweight fight. Sue Matareggi takes on Mitch Raposo.
All right, so I don't really know who these two are, but damn, Sue has a lot of fights under his belt for the guy that's only 29 compared to the other guy. The other guy's he's got like a 3-inch height advantage. Oh, he's got like a massive reach advantage. I don't know. I guess I got Sue winning.
I have also.
Was he Chinese? Yeah, I got the Chinese guy winning. He's got a fucking massive reach advantage.
Yeah, I've got Sue winning this fight. I don't know if you know the middleweights fights coming up as well.
I don't really know who these two are either.
Their name.
Dumas and
can we just skip over
Olex,
one, honestly?
Yeah, let's just skip that one.
We'll just skip them. I can't even pronounce their names. And then we've got Alberto Montez takes on Roberto Romero.
Yeah, I don't know who these two are. I think all these fights right now we're talking about the card's not done yet, but I think these fights are probably going to end up on the prelims. So yeah, I guess.
Good. Then we've got
Roberto is.
Oh yeah, go for it.
We got Roberto and Alberto. Well, Roberto is 5 years younger. If that really means much, I guess I'm pulling for the younger guy. I guess. The other guy's 30, and honestly, I've never heard of him. I've never heard of either of them.
I'll go for Alberto Montez, who has 11 wins. Then we've got Jim Miller taking on Chase Hooper.
I don't know if you've seen Jim Miller's last fight. He's 41, but like his last fight, he looked good. He had like a first round submission.
Yeah, he did a pretty good job
in like
fight.
I think Chase Hooper. I've seen his name before. I don't think I've seen him fight before, but I've seen his name a lot. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Chase Hooper could pull it off, but I'm pulling for Jim Miller.
Yeah, I've got Jim Miller winning this fight too. Then we've got Darren Elkins. Darren the Damage Elkins takes on Julian Erosa.
Yeah, both of these guys are. Darren Elkins is 40, and I've never heard of him. So is Julian Erosa is 35. So both these guys are pretty much journeymen.
Yeah,
I don't know. I guess
I'm going for.
I guess I'm going for Julian just because he's 5 years younger.
Yeah, I'll go for Darren the Damage Elkins. Then we've got Women's Strawweight Championship match. Yan Xiaonan.
Oh, no, it's not a title match.
What?
It's not a title match.
It's not? I thought Yan had the title.
No. The women's strawweight champions, the other Chinese chick, Zhang, I think. Yeah, Zhang Wei Li. I
Ah,
think it's the women's
got
strawweight
got it
champion.
confused.
Another Chinese chick.
I got it confused with
Yeah.
her and the other
I
Chinese
think
chick.
I think if it was a title fight, it would have been. If this was a title fight, it probably would have been the co-main event.
But we do
But yeah,
got
it's not a title.
Xiaonan taking on Verna Jandiroba.
Hmm. Yeah, I don't know. I think Jan's actually fought for the title before. I think
Heard her name.
I think she was the one that fought the other Chinese chick on UFC 300 a year ago. I don't really know. I could be wrong. I've never really heard of the other one.
Yeah. I've got Yan.
So I don't know. I guess the Chinese chick. I got the Chinese chick, I guess.
Well, then we've got Nikita Krylov taking on Dominic Reyes.
Nikita Krylov, Dominic Reyes. This is going to be a good one. I like Dominic Reyes. I'm still going to say he beat John Jones. And I've seen Nikita Krylov fight a couple times, and he's coming off of like a two-year layoff. Last time I've seen him fight was like 2023. So I got Dominic Reyes winning.
Me too.
I think Dominic Reyes could still make a run for the title. I don't know if he can beat Alex Pereira, but I think he can. He could probably, he'd probably beat like the top 10 contenders in the division.
Yeah. Then we've got Geoff Neal taking on Carlos Prates.
All right, so I've heard of Geoff Neal. He did knock out Rafael dos Santos in the first round. What is that, in October? And but he also lost to Ian Gary in a snooze fest. I've never heard of Carlos though.
Me neither.
I'm pulling for Carlos. I guess I'm pulling for Carlos. I don't think Geoff Neal is really that great. He just beat an old man. He beat an old washed Dos Anjos, and he lost horribly to Ian Gary. And I don't really like Ian Gary. He's a boring fighter.
Then
I'm pulling for I'm pulling for Carlos.
Then we've got Yair Rodriguez taking on Patricio Pitbull.
Patricio Pitbull from Bellator. He's like one of Bellator's 2 division champions. He's making his UFC debut against a former interim featherweight champion Yair Rodriguez. I don't know. I think
I'm
pulling for Pitbull in his debut.
I'm gonna go for Yair Rodriguez. More familiar with him.
Like, yeah, I know Pitbull. He was one of the Bellator. He was like one of the bigger names in Bellator, but Bellator is a different world, though. I don't think. I mean, I'm not like, don't take my word for it, but I think he might. Like, I don't know. I think I think Yair Rodriguez probably might win just because he's been an interim champion, and Pitbull has been in Bellator. I don't really know that much about Pitbull. I just heard of his name a lot, and he's considered like this. He's like this indie. I guess he's like the equivalent to like an famous indie wrestler. I guess
Indie darling, basically.
One of the bigger indie names. Yeah. Indie darling, yeah, that's what it is.
And then we've got the co-main event. Michael Chandler takes on Paddy the Baddy Pimblett.
Oh, that's gonna be a good one. Look out for check out. Like, I can't wait for the press conference. I think it's gonna be a good press conference. Two guys that are like actually the better guys on the mic.
2 great shit talkers.
I don't know. Yeah, 2 shit talkers, and I think the press conference is gonna be really good.
Yeah.
While Michael Chandler is a lot older, and while Paddy Pimblett's like kind of this up and comer, I kind of got Michael Chandler winning. I just think Michael Chandler is still like he's like, yeah, he did lose to Oliveira by decision, but he looked pretty. He still looked good in that fight. He looked pretty good, and I think.
And then again,
I think Michael Chandler still has some gas in the tank.
He was fighting
I wouldn't count out
Oliveira, who's one of the best jiu-jitsu fighters in MMA.
Yeah, and he stood up and fucking slammed him 3 times. That was crazy. That was those of you watching that want to look up old fights, I would say look up Chandler versus Oliveira. That was a really entertaining fight.
It was crazy.
And I wouldn't count out Pimlet, but I think Chandler's still got gas left in the tank. I think Chandler could still make another run for the title.
Yeah, I think Michael Chandler will probably win this fight. Then we've got the
But yeah, stay tuned for the press conference.
We've got the main event, Alexander Volkanovski.
We have the main event of the evening.
Alexander Volkanovski takes on Diego Lopez. I've got Volkanovski, man. I'm rooting for this guy.
Yeah, I've got Volkanovski.
And the underdog of this fight to win.
Yeah, I'm pretty baffled that he's the underdog, but I guess the odds makers are going based off of his last fight, which was a year ago, where he got knocked out by Ilia Topuria. And I don't know. I've seen Diego Lopez fight before. I've seen his fight with Dan Ige, like I mentioned earlier, and he didn't really look that great. And I've seen the Brian Ortega fight, and that fight was kind of like he did win that fight, but that fight was kind of boring. And there is this narrative that Volkanovski's washed, but like people don't look at it like this. Because he lost 3 out of his last 4 fights, but people don't look at it like this. He got robbed against Islam the first time. Then, then he goes and he knocks out. He TKOs. He goes and he TKOs Yair Rodriguez in 2023. That was, and then he takes the Islam fight with like a 10-day notice and gets knocked out. And then he goes and he fights Ilia Topuria, like 2 months after the second Islam fight. That was on short notice, and he got knocked out. But Ilia Topuria's got power. But I don't know. Like I don't really agree with that narrative that he's washed. I think he's gonna get his title back this next month.
Hopefully.
I haven't really seen him. I'm pulling for. I wouldn't count out Lopez though, but yeah, I got Volkanovski winning.
Yeah, me too. I've got.
And this fight is for the title.
Oh yeah, go for it.
Well, this title is for this. I mean, this match is for the title because Ilia Topuria vacated the featherweight title to go up to lightweight.
That makes sense.
So yeah, I got Volkanovski winning the title back.
Yeah, me too. So we've got through the MMA portion of this video pretty well. Let's go and talk about the politics part of Let Me Talk to You podcast. Let's talk about Donald Trump's speech. He called it a State of the Union address, although it wasn't really the official time for it, but it was a speech in front of Congress. And during that speech, Donald Trump, he did a pretty good job, actually. He, basically listed out his campaign's ideas and mandates, talked a lot about ending all this woke bull crap, ending the transgenders in female sports, ending the whole, DEI, they, them crap. He talked a little bit about Doge and Elon Musk going in there and helping get rid of some of the government waste and spending in there. And he also granted a Make-A-Wish kid a Make-A-Wish. And even during that, the Democrats, they still didn't stand up, even when he granted this Make-A-Wish kid's Make-A-Wish to make him an honorary Secret Service member. And they also didn't stand at all. They didn't clap a single time during the speech. And one of the Congress people, Al Green, tried to interrupt the speech and tried to heckle Donald Trump, and then he got kicked out by the Sergeant at Arms.
Yeah. Was that short hair lady? I forgot her name. The one that works for MSNBC, Rachel something. I think was that her that said something about that. I heard something about her. Like, that was a kid with cancer, right? The kid that wanted to be a police officer and
Rachel
had cancer.
Went on MSNBC after that and started basically berating this poor kid with cancer who Donald Trump granted a Make-A-Wish for, all because of politics. And that part was not supposed to be political. That part was supposed to be, like, a genuinely happy moment for everybody. But Donald Trump was right in his speech when he said no matter what he does, the Democrats won't clap for him, they won't smile, they won't stand up, they won't be happy. The Democrats sat there with their little signs and tried to interrupt the speech a few times by yelling and heckling and started walking out of the speech. But at the end of the day, Donald Trump, he's the guy on the hot mic, so everyone's listening to him.
Yeah, that goes to show these people in the media, these fucking TDS people on NBC and shit. They they really actually believe anything that Trump is like anything positive involving Trump, they will still go against just because of how bad their TDS is. That goes to show that that is true. These people really have bad TDS. It's fucking crazy. And they don't care. Like they don't care even if it involves a kid with cancer. Like they really don't care. They really have no boundaries. No they really have no limit.
They are
for lack of a better term.
They're just an angry bunch of people, and really all they care about is like trying to virtue signal, and they care about scoring political points right now because they don't have a clue. The Democrat Party is in just complete shambles, and I'm enjoying watching it, to be honest, because they don't know what to do. It's been pointed out to them multiple times, even by people within their party, of what you did wrong last time. But what do the mainstream Democrats do? They just keep regurgitating the same shit over and over again. They keep pushing the woke culture war bullshit, and they just keep keep it up with the TDS crap, and people are over it.
Yeah, they're beyond over at this point.
People are so.
I'm enjoying it though. I'm enjoying all these meltdowns.
Yeah, me too.
I'm enjoying seeing these people just crying and like Black Conservative Perspective says they're boohoo, whining, and crying. I'm enjoying it. It's entertaining.
Yeah, these people, people though are so over the TDS crap that they keep pushing so much that they actually got rid of Joy Reid's show on CNN and instead
I heard of that
it with like a bunch of random talking heads that no one cares about.
Yeah, and I saw Joy Reid's meltdown over that. I thought it was hilarious. I enjoyed it.
She's one of the wokest of all of them, and yeah, she was flipping out.
She's she's actually fucking racist. She's actually, if you've seen her, all she talks about is race and evil white men and all that. All she talks about is evil white people. She is actually the definition of a racist.
She is what we call a race baiter. So she will always use race to stir up these sort of culture war arguments. She never talks about policy or anything important like that. It's always white man bad, black trans females good.
Same old shit. Identity
politics, culture war crap, and this is why they lost in the first place. This is why they lost so badly. People are fed up with the identity politics, with the culture war. The Democrats keep running away. They keep thinking, "Oh no, it's a messaging problem. Oh no, we just have to push harder and be more visible." No. The whole problem that you lost is you abandoned the working class issues, and instead all you did was run on vibes and joy and identity politics.
Yeah, they're playing the same game they've been playing forever, and it's like over time, like everyone has like, we know better now. We know all that shit they've been telling us is bullshit. We know it's all fake and made up, and they're still playing. Like that's all they have on their card. They play the same. They play the same game they've been playing. You know, the whole racism, identity politics, orange man bad, and I don't know how they don't realize it now that it's not working anymore. I mean, I'm glad they're still doing it because they'll keep losing if they keep doing that.
Yeah. And my for
They'll just keep losing.
And by the way, my For You page on social media, it's like it's crazy because I get to watch this meltdown of the left live on the For You page because like I scroll through that shit and it's just one after the other of like SJW accounts that are like, they're trying to like basically, they're trying to do the whole influencers thing. The left is like looking for influencers and paying a bunch of influencers now, and they're all just melting down over Elon Musk and Doge and Donald Trump and the Ukraine thing.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Did you hear that Donald Trump had Vladimir Zelensky in the White House, the Ukrainian president?
Oh yeah,
Basically, the left is trying to say
yeah.
that
I've seen a
he's
bit of that.
mean, that he's yelling at Vladimir Zelensky. But the thing is, they had a deal for this mineral rights deal in writing a few days prior to this interview. And then Vladimir Zelensky shows up to the interview and he starts throwing a bunch of new demands onto it. JD Vance says he's being rude and trying to litigate in front of the American press, which was not the deal that they were supposed to do. It was supposed to be a conversation about what's going on, and then a handshake, and then you sign the treaty, and you go home, and you have peace. But instead, Vladimir Zelensky wants to add more demands. He wants more money, and he actually called JD Vance a bitch on live TV under his breath. So,
Oh, did he?
yeah,
I didn't hear about that.
he called JD Vance a bitch under his breath, and that was what pretty much really set Donald Trump off. Trump said, "You're gambling with World War III. You're gambling with World War III. You're gambling with thousands of lives." And he's right. He's right. That's what Vladimir Zelensky is doing. And now Zelensky is going out there, and you know what he's doing? He's actually regretting what he did because, sure, the EU gave him a big check to go spend more on this endless war and, funnel money into their military industrial complex pockets. But right after that, the EU also just bought a fuck ton of oil from Russia. Then after that, Ukraine used their new funds to launch drone strikes on oil refineries in Ukraine. But then Russia immediately struck back with a counteroffensive. And now Vladimir Zelensky is freaking out and tapping out and wants to go back to the negotiating table with Trump.
I think that's hilarious.
Yeah,
Zelensky really should have. He really should have kept his mouth shut.
he should have, but instead he wanted to be a little spoiled brat and have a meltdown and sit there all pouty with his arms crossed and disrespect the president and the office that he was stepping into. He wanted to be, "Please, sir, I want some more, sir." And then he got kicked out of the White House, and now he's regretting it.
Yeah, I think it's. I think he's so used to Biden because the last time Biden was just letting him do what he wanted. Biden was just letting him push, like, letting him fucking do what he wanted, and like now we got Trump. And like he's not used, like he's so used. I don't know. He's so used to Biden just letting him do what he wanted, and yeah.
Yeah. Well,
now Trump's here, and Trump's just not gonna let him do what he wants and keep giving him money.
Yeah, Trump's not gonna roll over for Vladimir Zelensky or Ukraine or the EU or whatever because Trump actually has an idea of what he's doing. He's not 82 years old and dying like Joe Biden. He's actually trying to get shit done.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think I see he already regrets it.
Yeah, he's just regretting it. He's crying about it, and I'm just sitting there like, but what are you gonna do now? Because now you've basically effed up and pretty much realized almost immediately that it was a screw up. But now now you might have severed those ties, ruined the relationship there. Now Trump, when he negotiates with you, he's not going to trust you. He's going to go full on hardcore in this negotiation next whenever they decide to do that. And he's not going to let Vladimir Zelensky push him around. He's not Joe Biden where he'll just roll over for him.
Yeah. And I've just seen what the like a lot of the Hollywood puppets have been saying about it. A lot of them are going on, a lot like Mark Hamill and shit. A lot of them are going on a Blue Sky, and they're all like, "Oh, I stand with Ukraine," and they're all waving like Ukraine flags and shit.
They don't.
That's what I've seen from it.
The thing that's crazy about this is these leftists, and I call them what they are, is geopolitically illiterate leftists who they think that virtue signaling by changing your profile picture to a Ukraine flag is going to actually do anything about this proxy war overseas. And it's just laughable. And if you dare say anything negative about Vladimir Zelensky, if you dare criticize Ukraine at all, they say you're a threat to our democracy and you're a Russian propaganda bot or asset.
Yeah.
Just like they said Trump was Russian asset, and it got taken down. It got overturned by the Durham report. Just like how they said Tulsi Gabbard is a Russian asset. She can't because she's under an oath of office and an oath to her position in the U.S. military, and she wouldn't have passed the ethics test for her position now as a DEI or not DEI, CIA director. I mean, and also they said multiple other people were Russian assets as well, and it just turned out to not be true.
Yeah, I saw a meme earlier, like the meme was Zelensky's a hero for putting Ukraine first, but Trump is evil for putting the United States first. That's what the liberals see.
It's not wrong. Look, we don't need to be spending hundreds of millions of dollars, in fact, billions actually of dollars to this war that's on the other side of the planet that like is in a country that most people can't even point out on a freaking map, to be honest. And it benefits us absolutely nothing to be really funding this war at all.
Yeah, exactly.
Quite frankly, we could use those funds somewhere else. We have homeless veterans dying and starving in the streets.
Yeah, that's what annoyed me about it. It's like we're fucking funding it. Like us citizens, we're paying for it with our tax dollars. That like it really does. Like people really need to realize like it does affect us because we're the ones actually paying for it.
You are, and
for this fucking war that
And even if you don't have a job,
war that could be avoided.
Even if you don't have a job or anything where you pay like an income tax, I mean, if you ever buy stuff from the store, you're paying sales tax, and some of that is going to the war as well.
Yeah, exactly. It's like people need to realize it really, like, we're all paying for this war. It's affecting our lives. Like it's actually affecting our everyday lives.
It is, and it's making us more broke because it's causing inflation. It's been causing inflation, and it does nothing but pad the pockets of the filthy rich bureaucrats in Europe and politicians who have invested in the stocks over in Ukraine.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, it's just very disappointing to see that. But luckily, hey, we don't have to pay for that shit anymore because Donald Trump is giving out $0 to Ukraine now. He says he wants an immediate ceasefire and to do a mineral deal. And I don't think he's going to back down from that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, man. I mean, that's pretty much all the news I have. I don't know if you have anything else.
Yeah, if you want to bring up WWP, go ahead. I don't really know what the fuck's going on.
I mean,
All I know is the fucking Cena heel turn.
all there really is.
I mean, I doubt there's any good news.
All there really is going on is John Cena turned heel with The Rock. He teamed up.
You know what? Yeah. You know what? Yeah, I wanna.
Out of
I wanna bring up my opinion on the heel turn then.
sure, because John Cena.
So the heel turn, it's long overdue. Like it should have happened in like 2012, 2011, and I mean honestly, it's too late for me to give a shit. I don't give a fuck about wrestling's not even on my radar anymore because the whole fucking LA Knight being in the mid card forever is just annoying, and I really don't give a fuck anymore. But until LA Knight is in the world title picture, then I'll start giving a fuck again. But I don't care about the US title. It's a jobber title. But my thoughts on the heel turn, I think it's long overdue. I don't know. The thing is, though, Cody Rhodes fucking sucks. I can't take him serious as a main eventer. And this whole Cena heel turn thing, it's like it has potential, but I don't really care anymore at this point.
Yeah,
and I think Cody Rhodes is going to win in the end anyways because he's like the next Super Cena.
Yeah, I think this is really what Triple H wants as a passing the torch from John Cena to Cody Rhodes. And John Cena, I mean, look, much respect to him and all the work he's done, how many years he's spent in the industry, the thousands of matches he's had. He did great stuff in the Ruthless Aggression era with Doctor of Thugonomics. And you're right, this should have happened in like 2012, but no, Vince McMahon wanted to keep selling t-shirts to children and make millions of bucks off that, so it never happened. And yeah, I mean, it's just really kind of a predictable storyline, honestly. This is a last-minute, short-term storyline. They do this to get the, casual fans like me talking about it and wanting to watch it. I don't know. I might catch highlights of it on YouTube, but I'm really not that interested in it.
Thing is, it's too little, too late. Like, I don't know. I really don't care about fucking wrestling anymore. I don't know. Ever since LA Knight lost that US title, I was fucking over it already. I really didn't give a shit anymore. And they had a chance to have him win the Rumble, but they didn't. And yeah, instead we got a fucking jobber, Jimmy Uso, a comedy jobber. Fucking, I don't know. I don't care. I don't know what the fuck's going on with that. So I guess they're going for a triple threat or whatever. I really don't care.
Fight Gunter.
But yeah. Oh, they're having to fight Gunther now.
Again.
You're trying to make that Gunther title relevant. No one gives a fuck about that title. Has no prestige. Well, neither does the title Cody Rhodes is holding. But they're really trying to establish that fucking secondary title that Gunther has by having the Rumble winner fight for it.
I mean, good God, Cody Rhodes.
Jey Uso winning the Rumble.
Cody's barely defended that title.
What? So I guess that fucking title Gunther is holding is like the full-time title, and the Cody Rhodes title is a part-time title.
Pretty much.
I don't know. It's fucking stupid. And I don't like all the champions that have held that title sucked. You had Seth Rollins holding that title, and then you had Damian Priest holding that title. Now you got Gunther holding that title. And you're gonna have fucking Jey Uso, a fucking goofy mumble rapper, fighting for the title now. That title, like it's better looking than the other title, but like
not anymore.
You can't add it. Like it's the title history sucks. Like the holders of that title have sucked so far.
Yeah,
it's been god awful.
And of course,
so I guess that's happening, and then Super Cena is going to fight Cody Rhodes.
Yeah, and he's probably going to lose. Yeah. And just pass the torch. Probably give him the old handshake and arm up in the air or something, and that'll be it.
You can already tell that's what it's going to be. They're going to have a heel Super Cena coming over fighting Cody Rhodes, and then like Cody Rhodes is going to win, and then Super Cena is going to like shake his hand, raise his hand, and that's going to be the passing of the torch. Cody Rhodes is 40. How is this like? It's not like you're putting over young talent. He's 40.
No,
by the time WrestleMania comes around, he's going to be 40.
To keep itself relevant, honestly.
Like, there's all these excuses. I keep hearing these excuses to why WWE shouldn't push LA Knight because he's 42. Cody Rhodes is only 2 years younger than LA Knight. He's not a young guy either. There's no excuse to not push LA Knight to the moon.
Yeah, they're really,
Like seriously, it's not really a passing of the torch because Cody Rhodes is old too.
yeah.
And like he's been a jobber most of his career.
Instead, all LA Knight is getting is a rematch against Shinsuke Nakamura at WrestleMania. I think LA Knight's going to win the title back because, like I predicted when we talked about that match
It's
last time, was that, they're just going to hot potato the title back.
Thing is, like by the time WrestleMania comes around, it's going to be 5 months since he lost the title. Why did it take 5 months for him to get the title back? And they're waiting till WrestleMania. Like, they went from Survivor Series. They're waiting till WrestleMania for him to get that title back.
Instead,
thing is, though, yeah, he should win the title back.
Thing
is, though, they're wasting it.
Instead, they threw him in
They're wasting it.
matches with random jobbers on SmackDown.
Yeah, Jason Fatu and shit. They had, like, a pointless rivalry that no one gave a shit about. And, like, they didn't make, like, his U.S. title reign was very lackluster. It wasn't his fault. It was the fucking booking because they had him fight jobbers defending that title. And then they had him lose it to a jobber. And they're really waiting till WrestleMania to have him win that title back. I don't know. The thing is, the guy's not getting any younger. And they're waiting till WrestleMania for him to win a mid-card title back. It's like, no, he should be in the world title picture already. So I've been saying, like, he should have been U.S. champion, like, in 2022, 2023. It's 2025 now.
And that's
and why is what like that is just a fact of life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just
but like I'm like so fucking over it at this point. I don't really care anymore. Even if he wins the US title, it's a jobber title. Like no one cares about that title anymore. By today's standards, that title doesn't mean anything.
Pretty much. I mean, there's just nothing. Like, WWE is just on a decline, and like I've said before, is that WWE is actually, like, cutting their budget back by a lot, and they are just... They are not the same show that they ever once used to be.
What I don't get is, like how is this decline not hitting them in the head and making them realize we're pushing the wrong guys? They've been pushing the wrong guys for the past 20 years. Like, shouldn't it be a wake-up call? Like, hey, our ratings are going down. Wrestling's as unpopular as it's ever been. We should start investing in different guys from the guys we've been pushing. But no, they want to push Jey Uso and then Boomin' Lames again and shit. And then CM Junk. And CM Junk, the pipe bomb when it happened, the ratings went down after the pipe bomb. And now they're bringing this guy back as like, they're telling us, oh, he's this legend coming back. And he's like this, supposed to be this nostalgia act. But it's like, no. Everyone, like WWP wasn't shit in 2011. Why are we having nostalgia from 2011? That was a horrible year for WWP.
Yeah, all WWE can say, oh, but we had T-shirt sales from all the little kids watching. Well, all the little kids watching back then are all grown up now, and a lot of them don't really like wrestling that much anymore.
Yeah, a lot of little kids at the time have grown up and like they've moved on to bigger, like they've moved on to other things now. But it's not working anymore.
No,
they don't like that. I don't know. They don't get it. They're still relying on PG era nostalgia and like. Thing is, PG era the PG era was like no like that was like that was a very unsuccessful. Those are very unsuccessful years for them, and then they're trying to go back to that.
Yeah,
because they should try something new and fucking, push different guys like LA Knight. But no, oh, here's CM Junk again, and oh, here's Super Cena. Oh, now we're finally turning Super Cena heel. It's too little, too late.
I think Triple H just ate the member berries from South Park, and that's all he can do is go, "Member John Cena? Member Cody Rhodes? You guys remember the Usos? You guys remember them?"
Yeah, it's like such a low bar too. Like compare that to like the Attitude Era. The Attitude Era was the hottest point in wrestling, and like that fucking fails in comparison compared to the Attitude Era.
Yeah, it just
And we're going back to a weak era.
it's not
Like, we're getting nostalgic to a weak era of wrestling now.
it's not
That just shows how bad like today's wrestling has fallen off, and I think it's pretty fucking sad.
yeah. Dude, I'm totally so fucking done with wrestling, like with WWE, that like honestly, like I'm kind of with you that I really don't watch it like almost ever. And like the only time it was brought to my attention was this John Cena heel turn, and I was like, "Oh, I forgot that WWE's happening still. I thought they were in decline for the
Yeah.
longest."
Just put the whole like ever since they dropped the ball with LA Knight, having him lose to Boom and Lames for no fucking reason, I just fucking gave up already. And it's like I'm sick of they're denying greatness with LA Knight. The guy could be great, but they're not doing shit with him. They're keeping him in the mid card. Meanwhile, they're pushing fucking goofballs like CM Junk and the Boom and Lames for the million. I don't even know what the fuck. I don't care and all. What the fuck is Boom and Lames even gonna do for WrestleMania? It's pretty fucking sad. Like what for Boom and Lames, like he's this guy that's hyped up as the greatest thing since sliced bread. He's amazing. He's the greatest thing ever. But he's not even in the WrestleMania spotlight because apparently Cody Rhodes is going to be fighting Super Cena.
And Jey Uso is fighting.
That just shows how fucking horrible. And Jey Uso is fighting Gunther. That shows how fucking. So I guess they gave up on Boom and Lames and sucking his cock and shit.
Yes, so
Or is he gonna fight? He's probably gonna fight the cock and shit. And they're probably gonna have that shit. I really don't give a shit. I'm sick of Boom and Lames. He's a big reason why wrestling's fucking horrible because he's the guy they chose to push to the moon and he sucks.
yeah, he's basically was
I know it's the millionth time of.
he basically for the longest was Super Cena 2.0, and then they made him a heel, and it really didn't do that much because he just held the title for an egregiously long a period of time, and just actually turned off a
And
lot.
he disappeared and became a part timer.
Yep. And what is he even doing?
I don't
I
mean
don't know.
to. I know this. I know this. I know this is the millionth time I've ranted about this guy, but this guy is this guy's a massive part of why wrestling sucks. Why wrestling have sucked for the past 15 years. Because this guy just isn't good, and he's pushed at. He's being talked about as if he's great, but like this guy drove away so many viewers. Everyone hated. He was pushed to the moon as a face, but everyone hated him, and then he turns heel, and just some of the fucking nerds pretended to love him after that. But like that's really a that's really a minority. No one really likes this guy. He just isn't good.
Yeah, I'm so sick of the Roman Glazers too. My tribal chief.
The Roman Glaziers sound gay for him. They sound like they want to suck his cock. It's crazy.
It's crazy, man. It's crazy. But yeah, I mean that's really all I have. Any closing remarks?
Oh, I want to say, stay tuned to UFC and Saturday, Saturday, March 8th. If you live in Hawaii, it's at 5 p.m. If yeah, check it out. UFC this Saturday. Stay tuned for April 12th. April 12th, UFC 314. That's going to be another good one. Actually, like 314 is going to be a more stacked card this coming Saturday. But yeah, stay tuned to that.
Yeah.
In April, don't fucking watch WrestleMania. WrestleMania is going to suck. Maybe watch the LA Knight match. I don't know. He's fighting a jobber that fucking sucks. That sucks ass. But maybe he'll win. But yeah, Don't watch WrestleMania on April 12th. Watch UFC. It's gonna be a really good one.
Yep. And
And
that.
yeah, subscribe to my channel, Shoes of a Champion. I haven't really. It's been a while since I've uploaded a video, but I'll upload a short soon. I don't know.
Alrighty.
Don't take my word for it. And yeah, that's pretty much it.
All right. See you, man. Have a good one.
All right.
Just All right, guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you haven't already, again, be sure you guys leave a like, leave a comment, share, and subscribe for more. And of course, subscribe to my good friend, Shoes of a Champion. He said he might be posting another short soon. So, yeah, thank you guys for watching. And yeah, have a nice day, guys. Have a nice day.